There you go. Hi, I'm Mika, and this is pretty much gonna be my timeline, which I started really late. I started testosterone in June on the 12th, and I meant to start a video thing. I never did, but I decided to start now since I'm supposed to be 5 months on T this November or this month. But in October, I ran out of testosterone because my vial was supposed to last for 5 months, but it lasted for four. And then I called, made an appointment with the doctor. It was all good until my appointment got canceled last minute. And I was like, oh, no big deal. I'll just call back and schedule it for a following appointment. And then here I go again. I lost track of time. I just scheduled it today, really super late, like 2 weeks late. So I've been a month off of testosterone, and I've actually noticed a lot more changes than I thought would happen within a month time frame. It's weird. Like, when I first started testosterone, my voice was like the first thing to change. It was just like, felt kind of sore. I don't know how to describe it. It felt sore, and I was like, oh, I think I'm coming down with something. And then it so suddenly changed deeper and a little bit deeper. People thought I had a cold. Like, people who didn't know thought I had a cold. And I just kind of let them, I was like, okay, yeah, I have a cold. I'm not feeling too good. I was feeling great. um, it started changing a little bit. Then I think the second thing I noticed was my leg hair. I haven't shaved in forever, so it was already there. Just, it started getting darker and more wiry, of how I can describe it. It was like, yeah, there's leg hair there before, and then it was like, whoa, there's leg hair there, like, a lot. And then the leg hair started going up, like, to my thighs, which there was always hair there too, but very, very light and not a lot. And then it was like, boom, hair everywhere. Yes. And I was like, oh, okay. And then the third thing that I really noticed was my face started changing a little bit. Like, it got a little bit sharper angles, and I don't know, it was like still round on my cheeks, and it's still like round down here because, again, I've been a month off of testosterone and waiting to get another prescription with more. So it's kind of went back to a little bit more round. And then I got facial hair mainly on my chin and my upper lip. I forgot what it was called. I got a little bit of mustache and chin hair. I've been shaving it because of work. And then my hairline, which I used to have a wicked widow's peak, like way up there. I used to have like a crazy, crazy widow peak. It was like so. Nah. And when I started testosterone, I didn't really notice my hair because it was way longer, kind of. Not way longer. It was like bowl cut. Not bowl cut. Very bad at describing things. Kind of Justin Bieber hair. And it was kind of long, and I just decided to get it cut recently because I was like, I'm not liking the long hair anymore. So I got it cut, and that's kind of when I really noticed whenever she was doing my hair that my hairline completely changed. Like, the widow peaks kind of like hanging in there, but not really. And then I started losing a little bit of hair right here, although it was already kind of like that. And then I actually have sideburns, because usually when they cut it, they assume that I have sideburns already, which I don't. And it usually looks like they just cut the whole side because they think, oh, there's a sideburn there. There's not. But now there is, kind of, just a little bit. And that was pretty awesome. The things that started changing back within just the month that I've noticed was my face shape just a little bit. My voice, just a tiny bit. I can tell that it's got a little bit higher again, not a lot, but that's kind of why I'm like, go back to going deep. And then I know my hair, kind of, the widow peaks coming back, and losing a little bit of the sideburn that was coming in. my legs, or my thighs, I should really say, they got like super skinny. It was weird. Like they got really, really skinny, and then whenever I ran out of testosterone, they started going back to being a little bit fatter. And I didn't think much of it at the time, but then I was like, that's kind of weird. And then I was like, oh yeah, I don't have testosterone right now. Can't really think of much else. Besides everyone telling me that I sound completely different, which after a month, 2 months, I've kind of stopped noticing the differences, except when I'm alone in my car and I'm like jam into the radio and you start singing along. It's like, whoa, I can hit notes I've never hit before. It's pretty awesome. I think I started college like 3 months. I was 3 months on testosterone. I went into college, and my name's still not changed, but I had all the professors know ahead of time, and I pretty much, it's like, boom, stealth there a little bit. It's kind of, college is weird. It's more like, if someone asks about it, I'll say it, pretty much. Just like, oh, you know, except the rude people that kind of just come up and be like, are you a boy or a girl? And I'm just like, I don't even know you. Are we in the same class? Alright, so my camera cut off, but what I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted. I'm kind of stealth, except when people ask. And what I mean when people ask is, I'll tell my professor that I go by this, and this. I go by Mika, he, that, done. They get confused sometimes because on their chart, they're going, oh, this person, and boom, they say my real name, and I'm just kind of quiet, and I'm like, no, and I'm going through my head like, oh my god, all these people, they're gonna know, and I'm just like, you know what, I just won't say anything. I'm gonna pretend I don't know who that is, and oh my god, they're absent. And at the end of the day, I'll just go up to them and be like, hey, yeah, that's me, and you said the wrong name, and I don't want to say anything, and that's kind of like what happens. But sometimes, whenever I'm just like, I don't care, I'll just raise my hand like that, they'll look up, I'm like, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, and then sometimes I'll get people that ask me like, hey, why do they call you that? Or sometimes they'll slip up and they'll say she, and I'll have like other classmates be like, why is the teacher calling you she? And I'll just be like, oh, it's, you know, sometimes I just kind of shrug it off like, I don't know, that's weird, right? What? That's never happened before, huh? But sometimes if I kind of feel like comfortable around the person, I'll just say, oh, it's because I'm trans and my paperwork's not done yet, so it still says she and blah blah blah, and that's why. And like, sometimes they slip up because they're just looking at paperwork, they're not looking at your face. They're like, blah blah blah, this person, oh, oops, my bad, they don't really care. And the people I tell, they, like, I guess I have good judgment because they're like, oh, that's cool, I was just wondering, I mean, sorry to be invasive. And then you have those rude people, like I was saying, where they're like, are you a boy or a girl? And it's like, usually because they're just wondering, I don't know why, and sometimes it's because the teacher will slip up, and the teacher won't even notice that they slipped up, and they'll just go on about their day, and I'm just not paying attention, I'm going on about my day, and then they'll be super curious, and they'll just be like, are you a boy or a girl? Why did the teacher slip up? Why? And I'm like, what? And sometimes they're not even from my class. Like, they'll just be like, people around you are saying he, and people around you are saying she. Like, what's going on? And I'm just like, I don't know you. Why are you talking to me? Is how you kind of approach everyone. It's kind of weird. And I'll just kind of go on about my day, or I have my friends around me, and they'll just be like, hey, that's a really weird question. Why are you asking that? And they'll be like, oh, and they'll shuffle off, or something. Like, usually my friends will be like, boy, that's a weird question, that's very rude. And sometimes some people will try and defend themselves with that question, being like, well, it just seems like you're going through puberty really late. And I'm like, whoa, That's still rude. That's still a mean thing to say, because what if I was going through puberty really late? It's like, I obviously know that. Thanks for the newsflash. But I think I'm gonna end it right there, because I kind of caught up on everything that's been happening. And I'll make sure to update this whenever I feel like there's something worth talking about or updating. And definitely whenever I get my appointment, I will put that on there, which is Friday the 13th. That's my appointment. Wish me luck. And I'll make sure to put up a video right after I get my shot, which will probably be the following week after that, because that's how long it takes. So, stay tuned. I don't know. This is pretty much just for anyone to see of whatever I'm going to go through. Who knows? It'll be a fun ride. Thanks.